Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey, the movie that took over the internet by storm, isn't any good. I don't want to be mean, but no. Yeah, this is going to be a more popular thing going forward with public domain and characters like Winnie the Pooh, Bambi, Peter Pan are now public domain. In a few years, Superman is going to be public domain. So we're going to be getting a lot of weird low budget horror films based on pre-existing characters. It's going to be a weird time in horror and Hollywood going forward with all these characters coming public domain. But we're here to talk about Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh. Blood and Honey is a movie that exists, that I watched, that you can watch. I don't suggest it, but it is a movie. So kudos to everyone involved in making this movie, because making a movie is an incredible task. So kudos to them. But yeah, what is Blood and Honey? Basically, Blood and Honey is Winnie the Pooh, but it's a slasher movie. And how it becomes a slasher movie is years ago, Christopher Robin went to 100 Acre Woods all the time, fed all the animals, kept them safe, kept them comforting, kept them happy. Well, Christopher Robin's like, yo, I got my own life, I'm gonna dip. And he just disappears for years. Well, because of him not being there to feed them, they turn feral, and Pooh and Piglet eat all the other, I don't know what they're actually called because I've never been a big Pooh fan, all the other animals. So Pooh and Piglet are the only ones in it. There's no Tigger, there's no fucking Eeyore, there's no Owl, there's no Rabbit, none of those are in it. And when Christopher Robin goes back, or they hate him because he left them, and the film goes from there. Yeah, the biggest positive I can give this is the opening scene is an animated, essentially short film, that details what happened between Christopher Robin and the animals. And I think that whole segment is fantastic. And there's some decent practical effect work here. The rest, I'm not a fan of. It's poorly acted. It feels like a slasher movie straight from like the early 80s, for better and for worse. Like after like Halloween and Friday the 13th came out, everyone in Hollywood put out a quick, cheaply made slasher movie because that was the craze. Similar to in the 2000s, there was found footage movies and ghost movies because those were the big craze. And this feels like something that would come out from the 80s during that big craze. And what really weirds us out is that there's really weird choices. Like sometimes Pooh and Piglet would just like straight up just mark someone and kill them right then and there. And then in other times they would like torture people or like hurt them but like keep them alive. It's very weird. And it just felt like the director, writer, crew had this idea for this movie, but they weren't sure how to handle it or portray it. Because a lot of the scenes are just hobbled together with no rhyme or reasoning to why they're pieced together. And it just goes from like scene to scene to scene. And a lot of times like there is no conjunction. There is no fusion between the scenes. It's just like pop, 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 pop. Enjoy the scene. And it sucks because fantasy characters can turn into really cool horror films. Like Wizard of Oz would make an awesome horror movie. Peter Pan could make a really great horror movie. But you need a larger budget and you need someone who, I think you would need someone who truly loves the source of what you're basing the horror movie off of. I don't think that there's a lot of love for Pooh in this movie. And I think that's where it falls short. They just wanted to make a slasher movie, and Winnie the Pooh was the quickest way to get people to notice it. And I could be completely off basis here. And if I am, I will happily admit that I'm wrong. But that's just what the film comes off as and feels like. So, with that being said, I cannot recommend this movie. I would not rewatch this. If someone paid me, would I force myself to sit through it? Absolutely. But I won't put this on in the background while I'm doing work. I won't put this on before bed. I won't show this movie to my friends, even if we're drunk or high. I'm not going to do it. Because it's not enjoyable, and it's not even so bad that it's good. It's just a poorly thought out film. But like always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and those are just my thoughts. Thanks for watching.